All right, this is Chaotic Crypto. This is where we defy tyranny. Here's what we got going on. So, stock market's open today. It's pretty much sideways, slightly down. I think the NASDAQ tech sector finished about 0.5% down. And what's interesting is that crypto is actually starting to recover. And I would say that's showing us there's going to be a little bit of a decoupling. And looking on the higher time frames, on the hourly and the 4-hour, we're going sideways, slightly up a little bit, I think. And what's good is that our volume isn't overextended. We're actually resetting. So on the 4-hour, with the stochastic RSI, we're really looking like we're resetting, and we're going to come back on up. And that could spell some positive price movement over the next couple weeks. And maybe just go sideways, but just the fact that we're not oversold and we're not falling, that's a very good thing. Just check the daily real quick. Daily looks like it's starting to set up. That's kind of interesting to me. Let's look at the Heikin-Ashi candles. Right now I'm using TradingView. It's a great program. But I think I'm starting to use Crypto Watch a little bit more, and I think it's could show you a little bit more, and you actually get the VPVR settings, which you don't get on TradingView unless you pay the extra money. Crypto Watch is free, at least for the basic package. Still getting familiar with it. But take a look at the hourly or daily chart. See, we're starting to get some green bars set in here. And that's interesting. Let's go back to the. Actually, look at the 3-day. 3-day isn't showing us anything. The weekly. Nothing totally obvious yet, but if we start getting some good green Heikin-Ashi candles forming, that would be very, very bullish in my opinion. The 12-hour is. And a lot of times that'll prelude everything. And we are getting some green daily. So we can get some powerful action going up from here, maybe reclaim. Looking at the shorter time frame, we want to reclaim 17K, 16.8, 17K. Let's see. Wait for this volume to load right here. Crypto Fear and Greed Index is at 29. I kind of liked it further when it was like 25 a few days ago, but that's okay. We'll have to just deal with that for now. Yeah, so looking at the daily VPVR, now these bars right here are the traded volume of that price, and it kind of shows you support and resistances. Now, what I could see happening here in the next few months, we get back above 20K. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a few weeks, maybe a month or two. If we get back above 20K, get above this VPVR setting, we'll come back up to these areas. 28 to 32, maybe even as high as 38K before coming back down into that zone. It might look a little bit more obvious on the weekly. That'll take a little time to load. Something interesting. But patience is key. I mean, right now we're really in the golden accumulation area. As long as you're picking good projects and not focusing on, projects that are, on the, number 2,000 down on the list. So if you want to be safe about it, not financial advice, just pick the coins that are in the top 10 right now, top 20 maybe. And the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Cardano, ADA, those are the ones I preach. I can always preach, continue preaching. Maybe even Litecoin. There's going to be a lot of talk about halving, and Litecoin's halving is in the fall. And I think Litecoin might be a big mover in the future here. So we'll see about that, but just don't go off the rails. I really like Atomic, Atom. I use Atomic Wallet. That's why I said that. And the Atomic Wallet is great. Exodus Wallet's great, very user-friendly. Decentralized applications where you can stake your coins and get returns. I haven't had any problem doing that whatsoever. Sometimes the wallets will have a little glitch, but you just got to re-upload them, and they generally always have really good customer service. They'll answer you within 24 hours. And a lot of times it's just you got to update your phone or you got to update your app, reset something. It's never anything very serious. It's not like your money's gone where on these centralized exchanges, sometimes it is like that with FTX and Voyager and Celsius and all that, which hopefully that all comes to some kind of ending here soon. I'm just waiting. Voyager, I think, is going to be finishing off. I think they come to some agreement in March or April. So it's not that far off, a couple months, and then you get your money back and you'll be able to start stacking money again. I think, there's so much tax loss harvesting. Now, basically, if people were making money last year, or most people probably lost money, but they could sell their assets at a loss and use that as a tax write-off. There was a lot of that going on this year. And that's why the price didn't rally. The Santa Claus rally didn't happen with stock market or Bitcoin. And that's all over with. That selling pressure is gone. So I think a sideways is more likely. I mean, I think the stock markets might have a little more blood to go, but yeah, I think a lot of the damage has been done. A lot of it's priced in. So we'll have to see. But what's interesting is the tax season comes, people should be getting some refunds, and I think there will be some speculative buying back into stocks and crypto in the next 6 months. People trying to make back their gains and get back into the game. I mean, 2023 is going to be a year of building. 2022 is a year of loss for sure. So 2023, build. 2024, recover. 2025, the moon. Maybe. Something along those lines I think is very, very likely. Let's just hope the drama has dissipated. This is Crown's crypto trading app. It's a solid map. It kind of shows you a few things that really no other charts show. And this is the amount of leverage, the people that are longing and shorting. I've never seen it this low at these levels. It shows you how much little their interest there is in just longing and exchange volumes. And to me, that's just showing kind of a bottom, especially with this giant short. It's just a short funding rate. Like, to me, that shows capitulation and some kind of a bottoming signal. The signs are there that bottom is very likely in. The typical bear market, these are 4-year cycles. Bitcoin's a 4-year cycle. Typical bear market lasts about a year. We're at like 13 months now, going on 14. So, yeah, I would say that the bear market started November 21, and we're in January, January now. So we're going on our 14th month in this bear market. The confirmed bear market probably doesn't start until February or March, but still, it is what it is. Yeah, that's what this is going to show. Yeah, so like this, the 2018 bear market lasted, call it 132 days, something like that. I mean, that was the big 50% drop. We've already had our 50% drop. So let's look where the 50% drop started at 30K. Let us see. We were at 203 days. The whole bear market, we're at 423 days. And how's that compared to last bear cycle? From that previous top, puts us here, 423. So we're right in this area. In comparison, we're right here. So another month or two, maybe a sideways before we start getting a run up to this in springtime. And that's what I've been saying for the last few months anyway. And I think that's very likely what's going to happen. We get a shoot up, maybe we overshoot, come back down, test 25 or even 20K possibly, this year's going to be mostly sideways. I mean, by the fall, it's very possible you go up to 50K. Hard to say. People are going to start talking about the halving in crypto and Bitcoin, and that's going to be very exciting. I'm starting to feel a lot more positive about everything. 2022, I was sure to flick off the 2022 year. The 2023 should be good. Let's see what happens. But let's take a look at the Dixie real quick. I haven't really taken a look here. Looks like it might want to. It looks like it wants to bounce, and that kind of a bounce, it might be kind of aggressive. Let's see. What kind of a bounce could we have? We really don't want. It could be a big bounce. Could come all the way up. And this could be what happens over the next couple of years, honestly. Something like that. Very likely something like that's going to happen. Now, with that increase, it doesn't necessarily mean that crypto will go down, but some asset is going to be decreasing against the dollar if that happens that aggressively, especially. So that could mean that the stock market's taking one more hit down. Yeah. So let's hope not, because I feel like if the stock market goes too much further down, that's going to start really hurting crypto pretty bad. Tezos is another one. Zilliqa is just getting completely hammered, but I think it's getting a little bit of a fake out down, and then maybe we'll start going up again. But they had some really good news with the NFT launch, NFT platform. That was what this big peak was. I'm pretty bullish on it, but I'm just not putting all my eggs in that basket. But I am sort of dollar cost averaging there. XRP is a hard one to get a hold of, but there are ways to get it. If you have it, I think holding on to that, the lawsuit will be done soon, probably in the next few months. And that would probably be very bullish. That might even be the catalyst for what starts the next bull run. I think we're just going to start seeing a lot more positive news, or at least the pressure is going to be coming off of the markets and life in general. I just think there's going to be more stability this year. It just makes sense. I bet Ukraine probably starts slowing down. I bet inflation's going to tame. There's interest rates. It's just going to chill out this year. Like, not necessarily be really bullish, but I think there's going to be some positive momentum building, and things are going to get better, or maybe they get worse. But I don't think so. I think everyone knows they've had enough. Some emotional and financial capitulation. Uniswap, anything that's decentralized protocols. Uni has one of the best decentralized exchanges. VE chain, all the supply chain issues we've been having, I think that's going to be a good play. Tron, I'm just worried about this descending situation. I'm very worried about that. I like Tron, but I'm just very worried about how that chart looks. Theta's chart, like that, already played out. I think I'm pretty bullish on Theta as a whole. I wonder if it's just kind of a channel. Not really. There's not really a wedge or anything forming necessarily, but maybe a little bit. I'm not going to force that. Gold and silver seem to be breaking out. This is kind of an interesting pattern. I just wonder how much more it's going to break out than that. Everyone's hearing a lot of talk and whispers about commodities. Commodities are going to start coming back in style. Gold, silver, uranium. I think the power is going to be a big thing in the future in the next few years. And I think more power reactors. I think there's going to be more nuclear power, fusion, fission. Apparently, they figured out fission in some kind of way. I don't know what that uses, but I think fossil fuels have had their day, and I think those are kind of over the next 10, 20 years, they're going to be coming out of style. I don't know if they'll ever fully be gone, but there's going to be some other alternatives moving in. Ferrous fair to notice. And I think, all this is like what makes a good trader. What's made me a good investor is just spotting trends before they happen within a couple of years or a few years. I mean, I saw the uranium probably being bullish 2 or 3 years ago, so I started buying some uranium. I'm in profits like pretty substantially since then, and I'm going to keep stacking that. I'm not getting rid of that. So just something to think about. Solana has had an incredible, not recovery, but it's just been coming back pretty hard from its terrible downfall. And that's a fair amount of volume. So I just wonder. I don't think it's done with. Everyone's being so bearish on it. I hope it's not done with because I have a fair amount of it. But BitBoy is like really talking bad about it. I'm not completely done with it. And you could stake it for 7% on some of those servers and stuff. I don't share his negativity. He has his favorites. Ontology is one that I hold, and like I just hate this chart. I really like this coin, but this chart sucks. ICP, there's been a lot of positive news there. Near protocol, it's another layer 1 competitor. Synthetics, supposed to be like synthetic stocks, and it's like shares of Tesla. You use that network. I believe that's what that one's about. DYDX is another decentralized exchange, as is GMX. Engine is it's a gaming token, metaverse token, which I want to add a few of these. Gala, let's take a look at that one. Yeah, let's take a look at Gala. Is it another metaverse? I think I already have Mana. Do I have Mana on there? I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Take a look at Gala. Gala's just been getting slammed. Oof, that's pretty ugly. Altcoins have been getting really, really hit hard. Algorand, take a look at that chart. This chart's fine as long as we don't go back below these low patterns. I think Algorand has a lot of positive news coming out. The CRO token has gotten completely obliterated as well, but as long as they don't go out of business, I think they're going to be all right. We'll see. Take a look at the NASDAQ real quick. Looking kind of rough. I mean, a lot of people are calling for lows, and it could happen. It's very scary looking. We'll see. I definitely understand people's concerns. And, I mean, the structure is broken, as we could tell. But, if inflation comes down and the job numbers can withstand the rates coming up, I think we might be okay for a while. Something like that. So we've already broken out of this trend. How long do we... just take a look at some different perspectives of all of this. This is the Amazon chart. See how far we're down. The thing is, like, looking at these big stocks gives you a pretty decent perspective on everything because they take such a big market share. So if we're going to look at, just going to look at the percent price decline. What's interesting, everyone talked about how stocks aren't volatile. These things have been terribly volatile. It's down close to 60%. Let's take a look at the Fibonacci extension. Well, actually, I think I might have done that wrong. Maybe you take this down. Maybe you take it up. I'm trying to remember how to do this. take it from this level. I'll take it from, all right, so where did that bull market begin? So we've already hit, and the reason I did that, it kind of shows us, I took this where the breakout happened from the previous all-time high. About right there, maybe a little bit higher. It gives you a Fibonacci extension. Yeah, about that level. But just like we've already hit the 0.618 Fibonacci is a very common Fibonacci extension that these things will come down to retrace to. So it's possible that that's already done with. Let's take a look at another one. Maybe Tesla. Pretty sure I have Tesla on here. Or see, look at Apple actually. All right, let's come back down. Let's find the previous bull market support, previous all-time high. Where do we want to go here? There's different ways you could do this. Where the parabola really start? It's 2012. I mean, I would say the parabola started after this. Or, well, actually right here. We'll go with this line. Because it got retested, came back down, retested there. I believe that was probably the beginning of the bull market there. It's speculative, but yeah. Let's see. See, the problem is with Apple, we could still come down, and what's going to really, I think the earnings are going to speak a lot to that. If the earnings are bad with Apple, which I kind of imagine they are, and that doesn't mean it's going to mean the rest of the stock market's going to go down, but Apple has, I think, 10% market share of the S&P. So, like, if that goes down, then everything else is going to go down with it, right? And if they get bad corporate earnings, that'd be pretty ugly. Take a look at, and Tesla just ripped, but it's gotten hit really hard. And I mean, some people I'm not going to buy. I'm like, dude, when are you going to buy? I mean, like, let's say it started about right there. Let's see the Fibonacci. See, it's already hit the 0.786 Fibonacci. I think Tesla's done. I think the bleed for Tesla might be done. They get some good corporate earnings. If they get some good positive stuff, it's done with. And not to mention from a FUD standpoint, everyone was like, oh God, Tesla, Elon Musk can't focus on that because of, the Twitter stuff and all that. There's just been a lot of FUD. And when that FUD is like hitting max euphoria, and it kind of is, yeah, I think looking at some of these charts, I'm really starting to feel more bullish on the stock. I think Apple has a reckoning ahead of it. And I don't think the rest of the market has as much to say about that. Anyways, I'm rambling. Something else that's interesting. Like I was really big into these mining blockchains. God, they just been getting railed. Oof. That's so rad. Oh, here we go. That was a little, but that, Jesus. Talk about rough. It was a rough ride right there. I mean, I had this. Oh, man. I mean, I took profits and everything. But I think Riot Blockchain has got some positive momentum coming for itself. Very similar. I mean, actually, see, I made a fair amount of money on them last year, but this year, actually, tax law was harvested with these stocks because I was down thousands and thousands of dollars. So if we're going to do that, maybe buy back in, so we'll see. Yeah, overall, I feel better about things. I think the new year is going to really get everyone's attitudes sitting right and stay positive, be patient, research projects, just looking. There's good YouTubers out there. Crypto Zombie, Crypto Banter is going to start back up pretty soon. BitBoy is good for news, just research stuff. The blockchain is the future. I think everything is going to move on to blockchain technology, Web 3.0. That's the future. So just try to stay positive, and that's what's going to help save humanity from itself and the dystopian, Orwellian crap that we've been dealing with the last few years. So that's that. Peace out. I'll catch you later.